For this presentation, we were required to analyze several data of Malaysian trade performance for both export and import. Beginning with the overall trade performance based on the data from 2015 to 2024, several key trends and patterns can be identified. From 2015 to 2022, there appears to be consistent upward trend in trade performance, indicating by increasing values in both export and import. This suggests a growing economic and increasing participation in global trade. The DOSM shows the performance of the balance of trend, export and import, giving enough information to have insight on the analysis. The balance of trade likely shows fluctuation as the product balance indicates that export exceeds imports, which is generally favorable for the economy as the demand for Malaysian goods in international market increases. The pattern shows a year-on-year growth. Specific years may show sharper increases in export or imports, possibly linked to the global economic condition, trade agreements, or domestic policy changes. The potential reasoning for this growth includes a spike happened in the year 2021 in trade performance, correlating to the recovery from a global economic downturn or the signing of beneficial trade agreements due to the COVID-19 in the year 2020. Moving on to the domestic export and export 2014-2024. To compare and contrast the growth rates and patterns of domestic export and export from 2014 to 2024, we can analyze the trends based on the data provided by the DOSM. Domestic exports have generally shown an upward trend over the years, indicating a steady increase in the value of goods produced within Malaysia and sold to the international markets. Significant increase in domestic exports could be noted in years of economic recovery or when new markets were accessed, as the growth rate may have experienced fluctuation due to various factors such as global economic conditions, trade policies, and domestic production capabilities. Re-export rate refers to goods imported to Malaysia and exported again without significant alternation have also displayed growth. But the pattern may differ from that of domestic exports. There could be years where re-export outpaced domestic export, particularly in Malaysia served as transshipment hub for goods destined for other markets. It may have been more sensitive to global supply chain disruption or changes in trade agreements, which could lead to more pronounced fluctuation in growth rates compared to domestic exports. Next is import by end use from 2016 to 2024. Based on the provided data regarding the Malaysia's import from 2016 to 2024, January to October, we can analyze the major sectors contributing to the imports as well as to discuss any notable shift in the types of goods imported over the years. One of the major sectors contributing to the Malaysia's import is such as capital goods. This category typically includes machinery, equipment, and tools used for production. An increase in capital goods imports often indicates a growing industrial sectors and investment in infrastructure. Given the upward trend in imports, it is likely that Malaysia has been investing in enhancing its manufacturing capabilities and infrastructure development. Moreover, the consumption of goods. These are goods intended for final consumption by household, such as food, clothing, and electronics. The import of consumption goods reflects domestic demand and consumer behavior. A rise in this category could indicate an increase in consumer spending and a growing middle class. Not to mention the intermediate goods, these goods are used in the production of final products. They include in raw materials and components that are essential for manufacturing. A significant portion of Malaysia's import is likely made up for intermediate goods, as the country is a key player in global supply chain, especially in electronics and manufacturing. The shifts in types of goods imported over the years that I have noticed from the data is the increasing number in the capital goods imports. This suggests a steady increase in capital goods imports from 2016 to 2024, as this has attributed to the Malaysia's focus on industrialization and technological advancement as the country aims to enhance its competitive edge in manufacturing and export sector. Next is the major export by sector in 2024. In 2024, Malaysia export landscape is predominantly characterized by several key sectors, as indicated by the data from the Department of Statistics Malaysia. The major sectors driving Malaysia's export from January to October includes electronic and electrical products. These sectors continue to be the backbone of Malaysia's export economy, contributing significantly to the overall export figures. The electrical and electronics industry is vital not only for its export value, but also for its role in fostering technological advancement and innovation within the country. Moreover, the petroleum sectors remains a crucial component of Malaysia's export portfolio. Crude oil industry's shares to the country's GDP has been declined since 2018, when it was at 4.9%. Other exports as listed has their own role in contributing in the GDP, yet they lack competitiveness towards the electronic industry. In The major import sectors includes the same 10 sectors as the major exports. The importation of these sectors significantly shapes Malaysia's economy in several ways. For one, industrial growth. The prominence of electric and electronic products and machinery indicates a strong reliance on advanced technology and manufacturing. This sector is crucial for Malaysia's industrial growth, supporting local industry and creating jobs. 2. Diversification of supply. By importing a variety of goods, Malaysia diversifies its supply sources, which can enhance resilience against supply chain disruption. This is particularly important for sectors like chemicals and processed food. Diving into the major export destination 2024, based on the data provided during January to October 2024, the primary export markets for Malaysia includes countries such as Singapore, USA, People's Republic of China. This influenced the trade policies by diversification strategy. With significant export directed towards China and Hong Kong, Malaysia may implement policies aimed at diversifying its export markets to reduce dependency on any single country. This could involve exploring new markets in regions like Southeast Asia or Africa. Second, is focus on high-value goods. The nature of export to certain markets may influence Malaysia to shift focus towards high-value goods and services, particularly in technological and manufacturing sectors. During the analysis, we have major import resources 2024. Based on the provided data regarding Malaysia's major import resources for the period of January to October 2024, the key import sources includes China, Singapore, USA, and Japan. The impact of these local industries is dependency on imports. The high volume of imports from this country indicates a significant dependency on foreign goods, which can impact local industries by making them vulnerable to global supply chain disruption. Second, competitive pressure. The influx of imported goods can create competitive pressure on local manufacturers. While this competition can drive innovation and efficiency, it can also lead to challenges for local businesses that may struggle to compete on price or quality with imported products. Now let's discuss on the trade of FTA countries Asian. To analyze Malaysia's trade relation in FTA countries within Asia, we can look at the trends in exports and imports over the years, as well as the overall significance of this trade relationship. The data indicates a gradual increase in data volume with FTA countries within Asian from 2015 to 2024. The figure suggests that Malaysia's trade with this country has been on an upward trajectory, reflecting deeper economic integration and collaboration within the region. Malaysia has likely seen an insignificant increase in export of FTA countries driven by the demand for manufactured electronics, palm oil, and other commodities. The growth in exports can contribute to favorable trade terms and reduced tariffs under the Asian FTA. The Asian Economic Community (AEC) aims to create a single market and production base while facilitates trade and investment among member countries. Therefore, certain sectors are likely to dominate trade with FTA countries, such as electronics, automotive, and agriculture. Malaysia's strategic position in these sectors enhances its trade relation as it can leverage its manufacturing strength. Last part of the data analysis is the export by state in 2023. I will only list out the top exporting states. Based on the export contribution by Malaysian states in 2023, we can observe significant regional disparities that highlights both strengths and weaknesses in the economic landscape of the country. The first country that is the top exporting states is Pulau Pinang, leading the export with a substantial contribution of 31.5%. This indicates a strong industrial base, particularly in electronic and manufacturing, making it a critical hub for exports. Next is Johor, following closely with 20.4%. Johor's proximity to Singapore and its developed infrastructure support its robust export activities, particularly in manufacturing and agriculture. The disparities in export contributes highlight the varying levels of industrial and resources availability across states. Thus, the concentration of export in a few states suggests that economic policies might need to focus on developing the less productive regions to ensure balanced national economic growth. So what could possibly happen in the economy in the next 5 years? Based on my observation of the data provided, the potentially increasing global emphasis on sustainability may affect trade dynamics. Malaysia's ability to adapt to these trends, particularly in sectors like palm oil and manufacturing, will be crucial. Sustainable practices could enhance Malaysia's reputation and open new markets. In summary, Malaysia's trade performance over the next 5 years is likely to be influenced by a combination of continued growth in the key export sectors, If these factors align positively, Malaysia could see a robust increase in trade performance, potentially surpassing previous records set in the 2020s. However, it is essential to remain vigilant about external risks and adapt strategies accordingly to maintain this growth trajectory.